Sarah lived 127 years. These were the years of the life of Sarah. Oh, hello. How are you guys doing? I wanted to send you a video and just say everything's going pretty well here. Mom and the kids are still sick, but all in all, we're doing pretty good. Just wanted to send you an encouraging word, tell you God is still in charge. We missed you, but things are going pretty well. We hope you're doing well too. What we're going to learn about in Sunday school was Genesis 23 today. It's the death of Sarah. It says that Sarah lived 127 years. These were the years of the life of Sarah. So Sarah died in Kirjath Arba, that is Hebron, in the land of Canaan, and Abraham came to mourn for Sarah and to weep for her. Then Abraham stood up from before his dead and spoke to the sons of Heth, saying, I am a foreigner and a visitor among you. Give me property for a burial place among you, that I may bury my dead out of my sight. And the sons of Heth answered Abraham, and saying to him, Hear us, my lord, you are a mighty prince. Among us, bury your dead in the choicest of burial places. None of us will withhold from you his burial place, that you may bury your dead. Then Abraham stood up and bowed himself to the people of the land, the sons of Heth. And he spoke with them, saying, If it is your wish that I bury my dead out of my sight, hear me, and meet with Ephron, the son of Zohar, for me, that he may give me the cave of Machpelah, which he has, which is at the end of his field. Let him give it to me at the full price, as property for a burial place among you. Now Ephron dwelt among the sons of Heth, and Ephron the Hittite answered Abraham in the presence of the sons of Heth, all who entered the gate of his city, saying, No, my lord, hear me, I give you the field, and the cave that is in it. I give it to you in the presence of the sons of my people. I give it to you. Bury your dead. Then Abraham bowed himself down to the people of the land, and he spoke to Ephron in the hearing of the people of the land, saying, If you will give it, please hear me. I will give you money for the field. Take it from me, and I will bury my dead there. And Ephron answered Abraham, saying to him, My lord, listen to me. The land is worth 400 shekels of silver. What is that between you and me? So bury your dead. And Abraham listened to Ephron, and Abraham weighed out the silver, and Ephron, which he had named, or weighed out the silver for Ephron, which he had named in the hearing of the sons of Heth, 400 shekels of silver, currency of the merchant. So the field of Ephron, which was in Machpelah, which was before Mamre, the field and the cave which was in it, and all the trees that were in the field which were within, all the surrounding borders were deeded to Abraham as a possession in the presence of the sons of Heth, before all who went in at the gate of his city. And after this, Abraham buried Sarah his wife in the cave of the field of Machpelah before Mamre, that is Hebron, in the land of Canaan. So the field and the cave that were in it were deeded to Abraham by the sons of Heth as a property for a burial place. Now, it's interesting, isn't it, that here we have been going through Genesis. There was a couple of sections just recently that were pretty short. We had the birth of Isaac, which just kind of happened after God had promised Abraham, and then when God delivered Isaac, it just sort of happened, right? And here, here we have a much longer section. It's a much longer section, and you got to kind of ask yourself, why is this section here? Why do we have the negotiation over a piece of land for a whole chapter? It's interesting, isn't it? In the chapter, we see Sarah die. She's 127. We see Isaac at that point. He's probably 37. He is 37. And we see Abraham go and negotiate for a field to bury his wife in. Now, what is the significance of it? It's interesting that when we consider it, we see that it's Abraham's only piece of the promised land that he ever owned. Remember, God told Abraham, leave your country, get out from your family, go to a place that I'm going to show you. This is the only place that he ever owned in the promised land, and it's a burial place for his wife. It's an interesting thing, isn't it? Now, I think the book of Hebrews adds some interesting perspective to this. And ultimately, I think it's encouragement for tough times, like the times that we're going through with all the uncertainty with coronavirus and all that stuff. I'll just read it to you. It's Hebrews chapter 11. I read it to you guys a lot, but I'll read it to you again. It's encouraging. It says, by faith, Abraham obeyed when he was called out to go to the place which he would receive as an inheritance. And he went out, not knowing where he was going. By faith, he dwelt in the land of the promise as in a foreign country, dwelling in tents with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. For he waited for the city which has foundations, whose builder and maker is God. By faith, Sarah herself also received strength to conceive seed, and she bore a child when she was past the age, because she judged him faithful whom had promised. Therefore, from one man, and him as good as dead, were born as many as the stars of the sky in multitude, innumerable as the sand which is by the seashore. These all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar off, were assured of them, embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth. For those who say such things declare plainly that they seek a homeland. And truly, if they had called to mind that country from which they had come out, they would have had an opportunity to return. But here it is. But now they desire a better, that is, a heavenly country. Therefore, God is not ashamed to be called their God, for he has prepared a city for them. So that is my encouragement to you guys. In this world, especially with all this crazy stuff going on, we need to consider ourselves as strangers and pilgrims here on earth, and we need to put our faith in God, put our trust and our hope in something much greater. This heavenly city, he has prepared a heavenly city for them, and this is what Abraham was looking forward to. Abraham went to this land. He never owned any of it except this piece of land for a burial for his wife. He considered himself a stranger and a pilgrim on the earth, and ultimately that's what I encourage you guys to consider too. Be strangers and pilgrims here. Put your faith in something much, much greater. So that's my encouragement for you. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm going to be praying for you guys, and I'll send you some of these every now and again. We'll probably not continue to be in the book of Genesis for a while. We might shift over to Joshua or something else. Anyways, I'll keep on sending stuff every now and again. Hope you guys are doing well.